cryptocurrency.
A couple Bitcoin.
Money, though.
Hold up on my Nakamoto.
Hello, hello. Welcome to the Blockchain Dynamic Show.
Good afternoon.
My name is Brandon Doge,
I'm Woody.
and we are here on Error by Trial Radio. It is Sunday, June 11th,
Episode number 66 today.
episode 66. Not bad. We are, of course, back from a 1 week hiatus.
Yep.
So it will have been 2 weeks since our last show.
Yeah, it was kind of an insane 2 weeks for the markets and cryptocurrency as well.
Yep, I guess there were a few things that happened. We are, of course, brought to y'all by Cryptopia.
That's cryptopia.co.nz.
Cryptopia is just a fantastic altcoin platform. They have a nice exchange with a bunch of interesting coins on it. But in addition to that, they have other features such as mining pools, forums, just a lot of great stuff going down over on Cryptopia.
Yeah, it'll take you a while to look through all their features, so go on over there and have a gander. And while you're there, stop by the forum and leave us a message just to say hi, give us a suggestion or whatever, and we'll reward you with some DOT, which is the native cryptocurrency over there.
That's right. All of Cryptopia's services can be paid for with dots. And so all you have to do to get some is stop by our forums thread on the Cryptopia forums, drop us a message. We'll send you some dots for free. And we also are doing still our 20,000 dot giveaway,
Which is a pretty nice chunk today. We'll do that a little later in the show.
Yeah, dots are looking good lately, man. So this 20,000 dots, it's funny how kind of how the value
That's
of
just
it
a
changes
treat
and
for our live listeners.
Yep.
All right.
So let's see. I think we're going to start it off this week with an interview. Got an interview segment. Woody was able to do a...
Yeah, I talked with Erik Voorhees a little earlier in the week, and we recorded that, and we'll play it now. And it's just kind of about a new project from Shapeshift called PRISM, but I'll let the interview speak for itself here. Okay, I am here today talking with Erik Voorhees, and we're going to talk a little bit about his new venture, PRISM. How's it going today, Erik?
It's going very well. Thanks for having me on the show.
Thanks a bunch for contacting us and coming on. So before we get into talking about PRISM, I was a little curious about your other project, Shapeshift, and I was hoping you could tell me what things are like at a company like Shapeshift with what's going on in the markets being so crazy, basically.
Yeah. Well, so first, just to be clear, so PRISM is a product of Shapeshift. So it is the same company, just a new product offered by Shapeshift.
Okay, cool.
And yeah, I mean, Shapeshift itself has been just going through really absurd growth. We grew 10x in 2016, and then we grew another 10x since December.
Yeah, wow.
To today. And this is somewhat common throughout the industry right now, especially at the exchange layer. Just the enthusiasm for crypto assets as an asset class has never been like this before, ever.
For sure.
So BitCoin has been rising and strong, and that's great for the entire industry because it's the most important blockchain by far. But it has been the one rising the least, even though it has had this tremendous run up.
Right.
So it's been great. I mean, the industry is absolutely entering another bubble, but that's okay. That should be expected. These assets are going to go through lots of bubbles as they grow toward dominating the world.
Yeah, cool. So that's awesome. It must be a pretty fun place to work currently.
Yeah, fun is probably not the right word right now because it's more like stressful and a little crazy. But yeah, I think we should.
Or something was what I was looking for.
Yeah, we should step back and just kind of realize like how fun it actually is to be seeing the growth that we all got involved hoping would happen. I think everyone in the industry made a lot of assumptions that this technology would grow and would take over the world, and it goes through its periods of doubt where most of the world doesn't care. But then during these bubbles, everyone gets all excited again, and it's really fun to see.
Okay, so PRISM is the product that Shapeshift announced during the conference in New York, and it is described as a digital asset portfolio platform. I'll just leave it to you, Erik, to explain what that means.
Yeah, so Prism is a way to get exposure to a basket of digital assets. So if you want to make a portfolio of 30% Litecoin, 10% Dash, and 60% Monero, Prism is now the easiest and safest way to do that. You create a portfolio of whatever size you want and whatever allocation of different assets you want. And then you put up Ethereum, Ether, for the value of your portfolio. Shapeshift also puts up the same value of Ethereum, and all that collateral goes into a smart contract. And as soon as it's created, it is deployed on the Ethereum network, and it tracks the value of all the assets in your portfolio. And when you close the portfolio a day or a week or a year later, you receive more or less than you put in based on the performance of the components within it.
Awesome.
And the reason we wanted to build it was because right now, when people want to buy a bunch of digital assets, they have two options that aren't great. They can sign up at an exchange account and buy the assets there, which can be annoying anyway. And then once they buy them, they leave them there, which is convenient, but is really insecure. And everyone in this industry has learned time and time again that it's not a good idea to leave funds with a counterparty. But because it's easy, people do that. And the other option that people have before Prism was to download all the different blockchains, sync all the blockchains, and deal with all the management of all the keys, which if you do it right can be very secure, but is really it's meant to sort of win on both of those counts. It's easier than both options, and it is safer than both options.
Cool. So would I be able to partially close a Prism, or is it an all or nothing deal there?
We do not have a feature to partially close one. We'll certainly add that in the future, but you can rebalance it. So if you want to change your allocation and you don't like Litecoin anymore, you can change that into something else.
Or I could open Prisms with just individual coins in them as well, right? And then I could just close them that way.
Yeah, you can open and close Prisms easily. So if you want to just rebalance the allocation, that's easy to do. If you want a totally different amount or something, you can close it and make a different one.
And so this is all connected to Shapeshift. One question I've always been curious about is what is Shapeshift's plan for dealing with maybe the possibility of exchanges delisting certain coins? And how would Prism deal with that in turn, I guess?
So generally, one exchange delisting a coin is not a problem. If all exchanges delisted a certain coin, that's probably only because either that coin is like just clearly a scam and people shouldn't be supporting it anymore, or because maybe it's just no longer popular at all. If it doesn't have any trade volume at all, there's no interest in it, and it gets removed from exchanges, then we would remove it ourselves for the same reason. No one's interested in it, so
yeah,
that's not really an issue because it only happens if a coin falls out of favor anyway.
Yeah, so Shapeshift is discerning enough in their coin picking that you don't expect it to be a problem, basically.
Well, we just follow the market, right? So any coin that has any interest in the market will be on at least one exchange, and if it's on at least one exchange, we can support it.
Yeah, that's true. Cool. So one thing that we love as traders is analyzing our trades. Are there any plans on ways for Prism to allow us to analyze over time the trades that we're making there?
Currently, no, but that's absolutely a great idea. And as we build out the product, we will put a lot of work into sort of the stats and analytics of the performance of the portfolios. Our list of things that we want to add and build onto this platform is immense. So we have a lot of work cut out for us.
For sure,
but
yeah.
Absolutely, that's a great idea.
Let's see here. I was curious, is there any possible way to move altcoins directly into a Prism, or by nature it has to be done through Ethereum purchases?
Yeah, so the Prisms don't deliver the underlying assets to the user, nor would they accept the underlying assets in order to be created. Prism is a solution for people that don't want to have to hold the underlying assets.
Right.
And so we don't currently have a feature where you could do that. I mean, basically, if you had a bunch of different cryptos and you wanted Prism instead, you could just sell all those cryptos into Ethereum with something like Shapeshift, and then you could create a Prism portfolio.
Yeah, I was thinking that might be the only way. That'd be cool if there was a contract that could facilitate that as well. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, someone could absolutely create that, since Prism and Shapeshift are both API-based services. Someone could make a service that would accept a bunch of different cryptos, turn it into ETH, and then create a Prism for you or something like that.
Sure. This is a little bit broader question about Shapeshift's plans. Do you guys have plans in regards to a potential Bitcoin fork at this point?
Yeah, I mean, we are ready for a contentious hard fork at any moment. We have been for a few months. And we probably will within a few weeks think of our game plan in case the UASF rollout starts looking incredible. So, yeah, I mean, it's a huge concern of ours, but the bigger concern of ours is Bitcoin not having anything happen to it. Or stated differently, the short-term problem of a fork, or whether a soft fork or hard fork or contentious or not, that's all difficult short-term. But what's really bad long-term is Bitcoin being stagnant and not moving forward with any kind of scaling plan. So we would much rather deal with the short-term pain of any option and then see Bitcoin stronger on the other side.
Would you guys potentially support 2 Bitcoin chains on Shapeshift?
If there's a true hard fork and there are 2 Bitcoin chains, those are 2 different coins now. So unless one of them just immediately fell into obscurity and no one was using it or trading it at all, then there's a market need to be able to price both assets. And so we likely would support both. Cool.
One thing I sort of caught my eye in the documentation you wrote about Prism, you mentioned rootstock in relation to maybe being able to do something similar to this on the Bitcoin blockchain or something. Can you explain to me what that is?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we built Prism on Ethereum because it's by far the world's best smart contract platform. Rootstock on Bitcoin has a similar potential, and we're in close contact with the Rootstock team. We love that project very much, and when that project is ready, we will absolutely be porting Prism over to Bitcoin as well. So then there'd be an Ethereum version and a Rootstock/Bitcoin version. So people could put up their collateral in either Ethereum or in Bitcoin. Both products would look and work very similarly.
Cool. Nice. Well, this is a really sweet, exciting project. I've kind of been looking forward to people making some smart contracts that got me excited. So congrats on that.
Thank you.
Is there anything else you'd like to let our listeners know?
Probably the last thing that's important really is the Prism, I think, really demonstrates, perhaps for the first time, the first real commercial financial product built on smart contracts. And so I think that's an important milestone for the industry, which has a never-ending supply of white papers and cool ideas and things that could be theoretically built and work on smart contracts. And everyone loves that sort of like sci-fi future. Prism actually shows that a product has now been built that would look very familiar and understandable to anyone in the financial world. And I think it will probably cause a lot more people to start realizing that you can recreate all sorts of interesting financial contracts on blockchains through smart contracts. So that we're hopeful that will help kickstart that and show that smart contracts are not just a theoretical tool, but a real tool.
Awesome. Yeah, so check out more about that at prism.exchange. That's a great extension for a website there.
Yeah, I didn't even know that domain existed, but .exchange exists. So prism.exchange is the URL. It's in
first one I've seen it.
It's in closed beta right now. So yeah, if people go there, they can sign up, and they'll be invited into the closed beta as we get through groups of people. It is currently on the live Ethereum network now.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, Erik. I really appreciate your time, and I hope you and Shapeshift and Prism the very best.
Thank you very much.
Alrighty, excellent. That was an interview with Erik Voorhees of Shapeshift, talking about the Prism project there. Pretty cool stuff, man.
Yeah.
It was kind of surprising. We spend a lot of time thinking about like different coin indexes and ways to kind of lump together all these different altcoins. It's cool seeing some of these tools evolve that will allow you to actively trade that kind of stuff,
right?
Just almost as a lump element. And especially when you consider like all the trouble that people have had just getting these ETFs approved and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then now we're seeing like, well, if you wanted to do something similar within the Bitcoin ecosystem, like, oh, I want to trade, an index of Ethereum tokens or something, you can just now build that out through smart contracts. And
right.
It's cool seeing these kind of some practical applications.
Yeah, it was exciting, and I'm pretty optimistic about it, but I got to also point out that, smart contracts have had their issues in the past as well.
True.
So there's definitely a little bit of a sort of a test to prove there, I feel like.
Yeah, that's a great point, too. It'll be really interesting to see how it develops.
So thanks again to Erik for taking the time there.
And next up, we're going to move into our news segment. 2 weeks we've been gone here. It seems like it's just about an eternity in crypto time.
Yeah, for real.
So it's kind of hard for us to even remember all of the things that have happened, but we'll try and work our way through it.
At least a few of the big ones. One thing that we were looking forward to, and then it happened, was that Basic Attention Token ICO.
Yep, that's right.
And it was one of these things that was just like, it sold out in 20 seconds.
Yep.
That's a fact.
Unbelievable. So is that like, it must have been like 2 blocks or something?
Yeah, it was just a few blocks. $65,000 in transaction fees burned.
Yeah, that's the people who didn't get in but still sent transactions but had them rejected. Paid a total of $65,000 in transaction fees. Some of the people that did get in paid fees as high as $6,000.
I don't think people expected that to happen. I think that's where a lot of the people that really got those big shares caught people off guard, was paying the $6,000 to get what they needed.
Yeah, it's funny. I think we all, I definitely wasn't expecting anything like this to happen, but like the continually escalating frenzy that's been happening with each of these ICOs, I've been kind of wondering like what, what's the end game of this? And then we finally start to see it with Basic Attention Token, where it sells out in 20 seconds. The fees are outrageous. The entire Ethereum network was bogged down for like 8 hours or something,
right,
trying to process the transactions. Like, it's just funny to see, I guess, the extremes that can happen with this kind of low cap fixed supply ICO model.
Yeah.
Which I really do like the low cap model that they've been using for these Ethereum ICOs. But it's pretty obvious that they're going to need to start to get a little more clever with how they set up the timings or something to make them less of just a cluster, I guess. I don't know.
Unless they don't care. I mean,
That's true.
Does it really matter?
They got the money, right?
Yeah.
That's a good point.
I don't know. I guess time will tell what the effects of all that can be.
Yeah, and I'm wondering, so there's got to be a lot of ICOs queued up still, too. I don't know what the next super hype ICO is going to be, but I'm curious to see what happens after. Are people just going to keep cranking it up? Is it going to be like $15,000 transaction fees? I'm curious to see how it plays out.
It's almost like you have to, you have to pay the right amount, but not too much. At some point, the whales will start doing big transaction fees. Somebody will pay enough to make sure they get in.
And then if you're still too slow, you don't get that money back, is my understanding, right? So you just lose out.
Interesting.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, I tried to do Basic Attention Token, and I thought I was being clever with like a 0.01 Ethereum fee. I'm like, all right, 0.01. This is like $3 or something. This will get me into the ICO for sure.
Yeah.
Of course, I had no chance. I don't even think my refund came in for like hours. It's good stuff.
Yeah. So that happened.
That was the Basic Attention Token ICO. Some other news this week. Out of Bittrex, we learned that some proof of work chains are experiencing double spend attacks from must be just massive hash renting or something
that's
that they're targeting the chains with.
There's a Steemit post out there about it somewhere.
Yeah, one of the chains affected was WBB, It's kind of weird. It was hard for me to find information on this. This kind of stuff is really interesting to me, so I would think it would be like bigger news, you know?
Yeah, you'd think they would tweet it out or something.
But yeah, the only info I could find on it is a screen cap of the Bittrex Slack.
On Steam it.
Right, on Steam it. So it's weird. It'd be nice to have more official announcements on that kind of stuff, because I'm always curious as to how those kind of things play out. Like, the kind of stuff I want to know is like how much hash was used, how long did they hit the network like this, that kind of stuff. Because I always wonder how much it actually costs to try to pull off these attacks versus kind of what the rewards you can potentially gain are. And in this case, I think that in Bittrex's case, at least, I think they flagged or caught most or all of these. But once again, I'm not sure because it's hard to find actual information.
Understood, yeah.
But just shows some of the risks that are still out there in the crypto space. It's easier than ever for people to secure large amounts of hash power just through cloud services and other things. And so when it comes to small chains, you always got to keep in mind that there's the risk that somebody might try to pull something.
Interesting.
Let's see. That is the proof of work chains being under attack on Bittrex. In other news, a bunch of companies announced some more ICOs this week. Not a surprise based on just the continuing frenzy that's going on there. The big ones this week, one is called Omis. I'd never heard of this company, but it's like a payments company out of Thailand or something. They're going to do a $19 million ICO. And then the other one was Kik, like a messaging app or something.
Okay.
That's pretty popular, I guess. They're going to do an ICO. Apparently, these are the two biggest companies to ever actually host their own ICOs.
These are actually like more legit companies than we've kind of experienced doing ICOs before, you mean?
That's what they're saying, I guess.
That's what they're saying.
They're more mainstream, well-known companies, I guess, that are raising capital through these token sales, basically.
Interesting. Do they have to go through any special like vetting for that then at this point?
That's
or
a good
are they
question.
just using it because they know it's easy?
I have no idea.
Awesome. Well,
I mean, it seems like there's not very much vetting required to do any kind of an ICO, but
it says that these Amis guys, their token's going to be called OMG. So
that's
that straight up
badass.
sounds like
That's badass.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Sounds like a pretty normal coin.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, the same with the Kik one is called Kin or something. That sounds totally like a Bitcoin talk post. It's funny.
Yeah. So there's not a lot of actual details on the dates or anything at this point, though, for those?
They might have announced them. I didn't see.
I see June 7th in there somewhere for the Omis one.
So that's probably over then.
Another kind of interesting thing that happened in the last 2 weeks was Poloniex decided no more troll box.
The troll box is gone. Sad days.
I like this decision, but it is sad.
It's been with us for a long time, man. They had the Poloniex. The troll box was around back in the day, right? That was like with the old school website still. They had the troll box.
Yeah.
Did they coin the name troll box or was that BTCE?
I don't know.
I don't remember who did that.
I don't know.
Poloniex Trollbox has been a classic staple of altcoins for ages, even before they were a big exchange. Like when people were still trading mostly on Bittrex, they would you'd still see people referencing the Poloniex Trollbox all the time, which is funny.
But there used to be like legit conversations on there too.
Yeah, it wasn't just a complete clusterfuck like like it has been. Once Poloniex Trollbox, when the exchange really started taking off, it pretty quickly got unreadable. But once they started having all of the technical issues, it became just impossible.
Yeah, it's just a screaming match.
Yeah, exactly. Just hundreds of people being like, check my ticket.
A lot of ban hammers.
A lot of ban hammers. Mostly ban hammers, really, eventually.
So maybe at the end of an era.
Yep.
I saw that, but I've been seeing that there's the troll box basically moved to some sort of Telegram group or something.
This is just a chat room now.
Yeah.
Poloniex official chat room.
All they did is lose control of their troll box.
Yeah, they shuffled it off the main page. Well, Bittrex has a chat too, right? Do they still have the chat? Bittrex used to have a chat.
Slack.
They used to have a chat built into the website, but it just wasn't on the main page. I don't know if they still have it or not, but I know they do definitely have the Slack channel.
Yeah, I don't think there's one on the page.
So yeah, like you said, end of an era, Poloniex, Trollbox, it's no more.
Okay.
And that is going to do it for the news this week. We always love it when people drop by our Cryptopia thread and toss us some news there, or send it to our Twitter, or you can also check us out on our website too. But we love hearing about different kinds of news. We're always looking for altcoin news and that kind of weird stuff that's going on in the scene. So if you know of anything, please drop us a line.
Cool. Let's move into the market reports segment.
Alrighty, here we go. That was the news. Now it is time for the markets. It's almost week after week. The markets continue to just get crazier and crazier.
Right.
No exception. Obviously, Bitcoin right now chilling at $29.45. So that's an $836 gain since our last show 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
So obviously, it's just been a crazy time.
And like 2 weeks ago, that was the week where it went up during the middle of the week to reach an all-time high, and then was back down a little bit, but
and then recovered.
Yeah. It was still up for the week, I think, but it seemed like it was down. People were panicking, right?
Right. Yeah, that was about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Seems like ages ago at this point. So yeah, that's a 40% gain for Bitcoin in that 2 week period.
Wow.
As far as Ethereum, Ethereum's at $347 right now.
Yeah, so that went up $184 in the last 2 weeks.
Sweet Jesus. That's a 112% gain there for Ethereum. They're at 32 billion market cap, so they're actually they're getting close to Bitcoin, man. Bitcoin's at 48 billion. Ethereum at 32 billion.
I think if we all just keep focusing on taking the most ridiculous timeline, it'll just keep happening.
As long as we just continue to be like, all right, let's not let this happen in 6 months. I need to see it in 6 days. Yeah, it's unbelievable. Jeez. Yeah. So we like to look at the top 100 altcoins.
Yep.
And so when we go back to those long gone days of 2 weeks ago and look at the top 100 coins, top 100 altcoins, we'll see that in the intervening 2 weeks, 95 of the top 100 coins were up versus US dollar.
Wow.
And 77 of the top 100 coins were up versus Bitcoin. So, yeah, essentially impossible to lose if you were investing in any altcoins in the past 2 weeks.
Pretty much.
Anything in the top 100 basically is up, and almost everything in the top 100 is up versus Bitcoin. These are pretty much the most ridiculous numbers we've ever seen. It's crazy. The median change, the average coin, or the median coin, to be more accurate, is up 80% versus USD in 2 weeks, up 30% versus Bitcoin in 2 weeks. It's crazy. Unbelievable.
Yeah, there's not really much to say. I mean, it's just stunning.
Yep, unbelievable numbers. Let's see. Any other interesting stuff in here? Looking at the biggest gainers and the losers.
Yeah, on the gainers and losers list, we've got BTS up 329%. That's huge.
That's those bit shares.
ARK went up 222%. Ubiquity, or Ubiq, went up 180%.
And XDN Digital Note up 172%. So, considering how much the coins are up, I'm surprised there weren't any like 500-600% pumps, but it's also harder to keep that up over like the 2 week time frame.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you'll see coins go up that much in like 3 days, but usually if you average it out over 2 weeks, it gets to be a little less.
Yeah, and usually when those outliers occur during the show period, we seem to leave them out anyway.
BitShares, I kind of had like forgotten about BitShares. I think a lot of people did. I had a small bag that I've had just for a long time, but was definitely surprised to see how much it went up this week. It's the number 8. It's like number 8 biggest coin.
Amazing.
Weird.
The losers in the last 2 weeks, Cadastrol, down 57%. AGRS.
I think it's Agorist.
Down 37%. Pepe Cash, down 31%. And TKN, down 29%.
Yep, that's token card. As far as which coins were added and removed from the top 100 over the past 2 weeks, the coins that dropped out of the top 100 were Agorist, Pepe Cash, that Chronobank Time, BAT, Dice, Cadastrol, ECN, Tips, which is a Fedora coin, Heat Ledger, MGC, V-Slice, SkyCoin, and BitCrystals.
All right, and then some coins had to, of course, replace those in the top 100, and those were Basic Attention Token, Moon, Unity, QRL, MCAP, Note, EDR, Obits, Cloak, Shift, Golos, FTC, and VIA.
So yeah, really interesting couple of weeks for the top 100 altcoins. Just really surprising, like to see, for it to be essentially 2 of the biggest weeks of gains in altcoin history, and then you see that even then the biggest winner was only about 300%. That's surprising, and it also tells you that basically every single coin went up almost in a similar amount this week. There was a lot of just kind of a general altcoin scene-wide
Things were
gains.
just kind of going up.
Yeah, exactly. Yep, exactly.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see.
Another thing that we like to take a look at is the performance of Ethereum subtokens. So we have an index of just about all of the Ethereum ERC20 tokens that are floating out there. We don't have them all on the list, but we got a pretty healthy chunk.
We're up to 32.
32 of them. And how those are doing this over this last 2 weeks, we've got 30 of them up versus the US dollar, and 21 out of 32 up versus Bitcoin.
Wow, that's really good.
That's really high, but it's actually not as good as the regular list. Underperformed the top 100 a bit. And keep in mind, a lot of these coins are on the top 100, so there's a bit of crossover there, too.
Sure.
Looking at the overall index performance, it gained about 10% versus Bitcoin over the last 2 weeks. Compare that to about 30% for just the regular coins. If we take a look at the median change, up about 22% versus Bitcoin. Still up 68% versus USD. So still pretty huge gains versus USD across the board for most of the Ethereum tokens.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of that is thanks to Bitcoin going up and the alts not going down.
Yep. And another thing we've noticed, I don't know if it's enough to call it a pattern or a trend or anything yet, but really huge weeks for Ethereum are not in aggregate really great for some of the Ethereum tokens. I don't know if there's a logic or a reason behind that, or if it's mostly just a coincidence, but a lot of times we're seeing Ethereum in weeks where it's performing really well. The Ethereum tokens will maybe underperform the Ethereum token by a little bit. And then sometimes we kind of see the opposite when Ethereum is going down, which hasn't been very often lately. But
Right.
So that's an interesting thing to look out for. Looking at the gainers and losers in the Ethereum world, BitParkCoin up 500%.
That's pretty huge.
So there's a big winner. It's not in the top 100, and that's why it didn't show up on the other list.
And then Wings is up 103%.
Nice. The Swarm City token up 74%. And then the Aragon Network token up 72%.
Yep. Then on the other side, TKN down 29%. Round down 20%. Edgeless down 11%. And XAUR down 9%.
Alrighty. So once again, a pretty good week for the Ethereum tokens. Not quite as good as the top 100. We are adding one new coin to our Ethereum sub-token index this week. And that coin is Humanic. So it will be further featured on all of our Ethereum analysis
I
reports.
call it Humanique.
Humanique?
I throw the...
You really put a little style, a little flair onto it?
Yeah, put a little flair on it.
I appreciate that.
That's going to put Bitcoin dominance at 43%, which is down 6% in that 2-week period.
And then we have ETH dominance at 50%. That's up 8%. We actually measure ETH dominance a little bit different than CoinMarketCap. We're just looking at what percentage is Ethereum of the overall altcoin markets. And it is now this week crossed over 50% again. So it's just really flexing its muscles, I guess, at this point.
It's awesome.
And that's in a climate where altcoins are experiencing unprecedented gains too, right? It's hard to believe that in a market where the average altcoin is up 80%, that you still would have been better off buying ETH. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's amazing.
So yeah, fantastic numbers this week. Just
soak it in.
Yep. Just soak
try
it
to
up.
enjoy it.
It's tough. It's intense. I don't know.
Right.
It's almost. I had some measure of certainty of kind of. Not certainty, of course. You can never be certain of anything, but I felt like I had an understanding of what was going on back in like the $1,000 to $1,300 days of what seems like ages ago, but was actually like 3 months ago.
Right.
And now we're just so far into uncharted waters that I, having not been through like the 2013 cycle or any of the earlier cycles, I definitely have never, haven't experienced anything like this before in crypto. So it's been a really interesting experience for me.
Yeah, I agree.
Alrighty, that is going to do it for the markets this week. We'll be back next week with another update on the insanity of the cryptocurrency markets.
I'd hate to try to guess. It's
No.
like what is going to happen?
No,
this week? I don't know.
People are bullish, man. People are so bullish, but God, it's insane. I'm so used to being in the situation where if everybody thinks it's going to do one thing, the opposite thing happens.
Right.
Just so everyone can get owned, but we're so far past kind of what all of those normal market rules can mean or can predict at this point that you just kind of gotta watch and see, I guess.
Yep. Okay, the moment you've been waiting for, the dot giveaway.
There it is. It is time for the dot giveaway.
I hope you didn't come here thinking I was going to make it easy for you to get 20,000 dot this week.
Oh, man, dots, those things are, 215 Satoshi now?
Yeah.
Dots are a hot commodity, man.
So the way that this works is I'll ask a question, and the first person to direct message me the correct answer on Twitter @ChainDynamics wins the 20,000 dot.
That's true.
The question this week is, what are the models of the two microphones visible in the Error by Trial SoundCloud header?
That's right. So you're going to want to go to the soundcloud.com/error-by-trial. That's essentially the Woody's radio station. There's a picture in the header there. There are two microphones in that picture. The question is, what are the models of the two microphones in the Error by Trial header picture?
This should be interesting. Let's see if anyone can get it.
You're going to tweet it, of course, as Woody said, to @ChainDynamics. And yeah, we'll see if anyone gets it. What's 20,000 dots, like $150 at this point?
Maybe like 120 or so.
Nice, sweet.
Okay.
Alrighty, we're going to move on. We're going to jump into one of our favorite sections on the show.
The new coins.
The new coins. Of course, we've been gone for a couple of weeks, so we have a lot of coins to catch up on.
It was intimidating, man.
It was a little overwhelming. There was about 6 pages of announcements to go through.
Had to skip a few more than usual, I guess.
Yeah,
Be a little more discerning.
We started the show with a lofty dream of covering every new coin post, but it's become impossible with the volume of just insane posts. Literally insane.
Just for an example of the insanity and the ramping up of it, on the previous show 2 weeks ago, we covered a total of 35 announcements.
Yep.
Basically 15 of those which weren't ICOs. This week we'll talk about 27 non-ICOs and 21 ICOs we'll mention.
Yeah, and we haven't been doing reviews of the ICOs unless our listeners recommend them or just ask us about them, I guess.
And we did get one recommendation this week, but I think we'll cover it next week.
Okay, cool. Alrighty, here we go. Let's do it. Starting off, we lump all of the coins into categories. The 3 categories are ICOs, of course, proof of work / proof of stake coins, which is kind of like your normal old school coins. Then we have airdrops, and then we also have essentially an other category that covers relaunches, reannouncements, swaps, takeovers, and that kind of stuff. Weird waves tokens. We don't really know what to do with the waves tokens these days. There's so many of them.
Right. So, at the top of our proof of work, proof of stake list this week, ClipseCoin.
Here we go, ClipseCoin. This is a script proof of work coin. Not a lot of info here in the initial post. I think he does claim that it's no pre-mine.
He does claim that.
I think I checked this one. I think there is no pre-mine, which is nice.
Super brief post though.
Just a very brief post. I also recall that it's kind of a really generic, probably wallet builders type parameters. A really long block halving to that type of situation. And as we have learned this week, especially with the double spend type attacks and stuff that's been going on, a lot of these just basic proof of work chains, as much as I love them, just straight proof of work isn't all that secure anymore. And especially if you're doing a hashing algorithm that has a lot of available hash power for rent on NiceHash and stuff, you really are opening your chain up to some vulnerabilities. And so it says a lot when the developers release these kind of coins just as general script clones, because it's not that it would be impossible to release a good script coin at this point.
Right.
But you're going to need to put a decent product out there that can attract a good amount of hash power. Otherwise, it's not going to be secure.
Well, like we see funny ones. I don't remember which one. Maybe we'll see it later. But devs that were like, oh, I'm trying to make this really GPU mineable, so I'm going to make it X11 or script.
Yeah, that was a funny one this week. One of the developers was like you said, they're like, we want to coin this GPU mine, so we'll pick 2 algorithms that are primarily dominated by ASICs and FPGAs.
Right.
So that's just funny stuff. So that's ClipseCoin. Cool that it doesn't have a pre-mine, but the coin itself isn't that inspiring.
Nope. Those are one of the... I'd love to see this post get upgraded at some point, you know?
Yeah, one of those ones where they do the Stealth rebrand where it was a good coin, but you didn't know it. Next up on the list of coins this week, we have HamsterCoin.
HamsterCoin.
All right. Excellent.
This looks a lot like a 2014 coin, except nobody would have put up with the pre-mine back then.
Are these graphics? I can't tell if it's supposed to be like a coin or a piece of chocolate.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like chocolate.
A little tasty.
The coin is HamsterCoin, the real currency for pets owners. Now your beloved pets can pay you back literally.
So the thing is, we always check what are they going to do with this pre-mine, because sometimes there's been good reasonings for pre-mines that people have, been successful with.
Yeah, so it's a 15% pre-mine.
In this case, the only thing so far is that they're doing a giveaway for people that are drawing pictures of hamsters, but the amount that they're giving away is minuscule compared to that pre-mine.
It's one of those things that just gives away that the people making the coin don't really understand the underlying things that they're working with. And so in this case, sometimes the bounties are like enormous compared to the block rewards, and it's ridiculous. In this case, they've kind of gone the other way. So it's like the reward for doing these hamster drawings, which is basically the theme of the coin, is like a fraction of a block, which, as you know, one block is pretty cheap usually. So just a little bit of odd stuff there. Once again, high pre-mine. And it's also weird to pre-mine 3 million coins and be like, all right, if you do this is literally what it says, a high-quality painting of a hamster, I will give you 20 coins out of the 3 million. No, I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's a funny coin. Got some funny graphics. The coin is HamsterCoin. A little bit of weird specs, though. All right. Next on our list here, we have FidgetCoin.
FidgetCoin, because the kids love them fidget spinners now.
Fidgeting is hot, apparently. Fidgeting's cool. I didn't know this.
Well, it is. So get with it. And
fidgeting, it was lame.
FidgetCoin.
Was lame, now it's cool. You can do it with FidgetCoin. This one's got a smaller pre-mine. Generous, only 40,000 blocks.
And so they're kind of saying that, they could sell fidget spinners with the coin. That's about the extent of what they are going for.
Pretty boring, pretty generic stuff here, guys. Not too exciting.
Okay, let's go to the next one. We got to keep going through these, huh?
We got to fire through, man. We got a lot of posts to work through here. Next up,
Neuro.
The NRO is the ticker here.
Nice.
Alrighty, this is a cryptocurrency for machine learning tasks. They've been needing a crypto. I've been hearing people say that,
Yeah.
I don't know what the actual use case would be, but that doesn't always matter. The coin itself, just a proof of work, proof of stake, SHA-256 algo. So it's funny that I was trashing on that other coin for using script. I actually like SHA a little better, even though it has more hash power available to rent. Usually because it's like the depth of the cost is a little bit higher. It always just seems like it's easier for SHA networks to attract a large enough amount of hash to where conducting the actual attack will be too expensive or whatever. But who knows?
Well, I didn't notice that they were going to do an airdrop before when I was looking at this.
Yeah, I didn't see it either. Maybe they just tagged that on.
Mm-hmm.
At any rate, what's going on with the coin itself? It looks like it's a really short proof of work. It looks like it's only a 10,000 block. So the proof of work's probably over since we saw this.
That was fast.
Yep, this is a classic formula. Fast proof of work, get it on small exchange right away. That's a good way to buy up a lot of coins.
But they're just not promising anything. Like these aren't big projects at this point.
That's true. It says the airdrop starts after 10 days, so that's like now. I wonder if the airdrop is going on. Oh no, it's 10 days from now. Is the airdrop.
That must be why we didn't see it before. I feel like it really just popped up there.
So that begs the other question, where there must be a big pre-mine, right, then? Because how else can they do an airdrop?
Yeah, usually people don't mine their coins to give away to the peeps.
Some of the description items on this one are pretty funny, too. The roadmap section, this is what it says. Roadmap will soon be beautifully decorated and attached to the announcement.
Just wait for that. Can you imagine that day when that roadmap shows up?
Beautifully decorated. I've been waiting for a beautifully decorated roadmap. They're promising it here with Neuro.
All right.
It's also really similar to a Neuron.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Next one is Dynasty coin.
I don't know how to say it. Maybe it's Dinasty.
Right.
Old Dinasty coin. This is a crypto note coin made for Italians.
Cool.
Congratulations, people of Italy, on getting your own crypto note coin. Dynasty.
It's funny. We used to kind of joke around about the crypto note coin of the week. I think we got 3 of them this week.
Yeah, there's been 2 weeks, remember?
Oh, that's right.
So
it's more like 1.5 per week.
Yeah, exactly. They're stepping it up a little bit. This looks all right. It looks like they put some work into it. As far as crypto note coins go, it looks better than some. There have been some technical issues with crypto note coins recently that have both Woody and I a little curious about some of these releases, but
yeah, we just don't know if they've patched the issue that was
the exploits
brought to light. And I feel like people probably aren't doing a lot of checking.
It seems like nobody. It's funny. There's always like this assumption that if there's something wrong with a coin, that somebody will have checked for it and found it, but that is often not the case.
Right.
Usually, no one has checked for any of this kind of stuff.
They'll run it through a virus.
Totally. Yeah.
All right. What else this week?
What
2
coin?
weeks.
That was Dynasty. Next up, we have YuanCoin.
YuanCoin. So this is a kind of a Chinese-themed coin. It's
Indeed.
got
the power of the
power
dragon.
of the dragon listed there.
The power of the dragon.
Now, we've talked about this type of kind of technique for pre-mining before, and this is such an amazing example of it. They claim a 1% pre-mine.
So generous.
So that sounds all right? But it's off of such a massive number of coins, and the block reward is so low.
So yeah, the joke here is that, okay, it's a 1% pre-mine, but the actual number of coins here, I can't even count it. It's 11.7 billion coins. All right, that's the total supply. And the block reward is 1 coin per block. So that 1% pre-mine is 170 million coins, which is 170 million blocks, which, let's see, how long would it take to mine 170 million blocks? 170... There's like 1,400 blocks in a day usually, 1,440. So 170 million, it would take 118,000 days to catch up to the pre-mine, which is only 320 years.
Yeah.
So it's just funny to even have a blockchain that claims it's going to be mining for 320 years, but again, they got the power of the dragon.
That's true.
So
I didn't actually take that into consideration until I heard you say it.
Yeah, you gotta
more clearly. Yeah,
it's easy to read the words "the power of the dragon," but you really gotta let it sink in.
Okay, so we'll see. That one will definitely be on Yobit at some point. Tell you that much.
So yeah, it's just a pre-mine, a gimmicky pre-mine type of situation.
The next one up was VKCoin. This was one of the other Crypto Night ones.
Indeed, but this one does not have nearly as much information as Dynasty Coin did. So it's not as exciting.
Oh, man. Somebody actually won it.
They did it?
Yeah, and
Are you serious?
He asked for a shout-out, so...
oh, nice.
McDaddy Fresh, Dr. Dre.
McDaddy Fresh.
You got it, man.
He got both mics?
Yep.
I thought that would be unguessable.
A lot of people got the SM58 because that is one of the most famous stage mics in the world.
All right, I get it.
But the other one was the the Sennheiser E835.
Jesus.
Which is less popular.
Well, kudos to you. What was the name? What was the name of that guy?
That's at McDaddy Fresh on Twitter.
McDaddy Fresh, you've earned your 20,000 dots, my man. Nice.
We'll hit you up after the show.
Ready. So back to the new coins here. We just got done with VKCoin. That was just another crypto note coin. And next we were moving on to HubCoin. So this is the first post this week that I would say you should check out. Dig it up on Bitcoin Talk. The name of the coin is HubCoin. And this is why. They're essentially proposing a new distribution model where instead of being something like an airdrop for just anybody, they essentially want it to be an airdrop for coin developers.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. We see ways of incentivizing, trying to attract the attention of different groups of people in the crypto space. Maybe it's miners, maybe it's investors, maybe it's airdrop people, the whole shebang. But I'm not sure I've seen one with this approach of trying to attract the developers specifically before. So they get the pre-mine is what they're saying.
Yeah, exactly. It's a cool idea. So now they have, of course, seems like if this post is to be believed, it seems like the developers are flocking to this thing in huge numbers. Some of them are just clone developers and people you've seen before, but there's some interesting names in this list as well. And it's just a cool idea, I guess. I have no idea if this coin is even legit or any of that kind of stuff. But
yeah, I don't see any...
It could just be bullshit.
And is there not any mining at all then? It's all distributed to the developers?
Oh, nice. They got Osmium coin in. That is a good question. How does the coin itself work? Let's see. Pre-mine size, 10%.
Well, I guess the other stuff's got to come from somewhere then.
That's a good point. But oftentimes that is a calculation against the proof of stake, which is disingenuous because, as we know, proof of stake doesn't really have a cap or whatever.
So anyway, I'll keep an eye on this one.
So yeah, it's just it's an interesting approach to see. I kind of like the idea, right? I'm going to do an airdrop or something, but it's just going to be for coin developers, really targeting the most important role in a coin, which, despite being as important as it is often underappreciated.
Yeah.
So this is a cool move. I wonder if we're going to see more coins kind of take this path.
Okay, that was HubCoin.
What else we got here? Linx.
Linx.
Linx. Linx is the coin.
This one's a proof of work coin script. It's got a little bit of the airdrop and bounties going.
All right, what are the facts here? Total supply, 100 million. We have a pre-mine of 1 million. What's the block size then? I always wonder. I don't see it.
I think it's kind of funny how the some of these roadmaps have been the same for 3 years now. It's like web wallet, paper wallet, Android wallet, iOS wallet.
Yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to, why would you even want to reinvent that wheel,
Right.
Yeah, some of these coins, the roadmaps are so funny. It's like, so we're going to get the web wallet figured out. We're going to get the Mac wallet figured out. And then it'll be like, in the future, figure out what to do with coin. Okay, we'll deal with that part later. That's what Linx feels like. Looks all right. It would probably be a good launch in 2014. But by 2017 standards, it's a little directionless.
But, the pre-mine's not as bad. I guess we couldn't find the actual block size. For all I know, it's 0.1 or something. But
yeah, it's true. It could be something like that.
Anyway.
The coin there, Linx coin. Next up on the list, we have credits.
Credits.
All right, this is about the 50th coin to come out with the name of credits, so I give them kudos.
Give them credit? No.
It takes a little bit of balls to just try and remake a coin for the 9 billionth time.
Right. There's actually has some nice graphics in here.
There's some stuff that I do like about this coin. I'm not going to lie. I can't tell if it's got a pre-mine or not. I couldn't see.
No, it does have a huge pre-mine.
Does it? Are you sure about that?
No, not certain.
I think at first I thought it had a big pre-mine, but I might have been misreading it. But I can't find the GitHub to verify it. So
that's not a good sign either, though.
That's not a good sign. But I guess what I did like about this coin is that the rewards start out as being highly weighted towards the proof of work. And then it has master nodes, which everybody loves. But at first the master nodes get a lower distribution. Then over time, the proof of work starts to tail off and the master nodes start to take a larger and larger percentage of the reward.
Huh, that's interesting.
It's kind of a cool idea, I guess. I like it when people get experimental and get weird with the parameters.
I think that's where a lot of the best stuff has come from. It's really just experiments.
Great coins, man. Great coins have come out of just crazy parameters and that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. So,
and also, if it doesn't work, then you kind of learn a lesson too.
Exactly.
Like the DAO.
Yeah, that's a classic example of that phenomenon.
We got another one up here called Treau.
Right, that was credits. The next coin here, Treau, Treau.
Very basic post.
Very basic post. In fact, it's funny. The end of this post has like a little note that says -- end of and --
Right, and that's funny because there's another post coming up with that exact same ending.
Yeah, so we noticed a couple coins this week with that formula, which just makes us wonder if maybe just a bot is generating these posts.
Yeah, and if it is, you can take the end of and part out.
Yeah, if it is, you're printing one too many lines. Dial it back a bit. Or maybe like the coin creator service emails people that when they...
Oh, wow. That'd be really convenient if they actually get an announcement.
Yeah, they probably do, man. They get the announcement and then they paste it.
Wow. You might be right. Well, that guy's still pasting it incorrectly.
Exactly. Doesn't even know enough about the announcement to not paste the part that reveals it's a copy.
So we won't go too far into that.
Next up on the list of new coins this week, Lycaon-Pictus.
These are these cute little wild dogs.
This one is spelled Lycaon -Pictus. It's like the Latin name for an African wild dog.
Yep.
And that's the theme of the coin. It's a coin about wild dogs. They got some cute little dogs here. Kind of look like hyenas.
Yeah, they do. They look pretty scrappy.
Man, this is a A lot of post here. Not a lot of info, but
A lot of space in between each piece of info. You got to go a
exactly.
little ways.
There's a lot of white space in this announcement. It's tough to sort through it. Actually, this looks all right as far as shitcoins go.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing anything to get too riled up about.
This is a classic format to have that header in between everything.
It's got increasing block rewards. We're seeing more of that lately. I think it's kind of cool.
There is going to be that 2 million pre-mine.
You got to have a little bit of a 2 million. So what's that work out?
It's going to be 4% of the coins at block height 100,000.
That's a little high. So 100,000 block POW, nice kind of medium-ish length proof of work. But then you've got the 4% pre-mine. This is like something that's on the edge of being something I'd be interested in.
It's close, I agree.
But as for now, it's out there. African wild dog coin, Lycaon-Pictus.
Okay. How about that next crypto note coin?
Another crypto note coin this week called BitASEAN, after the Association of Southeast Asian Nations.
All right. Is that kind of like a multi-nation organization? I don't really know enough today to say.
Yeah, it's like exactly. It's like an economic zone.
Ah, gotcha.
It might be like an economic treaty zone, similar to similar to like the Eurozone or something.
Kind
but
of understanding.
Not as tightly bound.
Something. Anyway, I don't know what this coin might actually have to do with that, besides having a name like it.
Oh, I'm certain they do not have the official sponsorship of the of the entity whose name they're using, but nevertheless, it is just another crypto note coin. No pre-mine, and as always, like we said with these crypto note coins, we just never quite know what to think.
Yep.
Next on the list of coins this week, nice little coin here, UniCoin.
UniCoin. Yeah, now this one I thought was at least funny because if you can think of the word unicorn, you can think of the word UniCoin.
Right, so it's a unicorn-themed coin called UniCoin. They're stepping it up here. First off, they got a nice little GIF in the poster GIF, as whatever your preference is.
Yeah, and it's of a rainbow unicorn licking a popsicle. So that's
it's
pretty
nice.
Sweet.
It's pretty nice. Pretty nice little post here. Let's see about the cone. Oh, it's a crypto note too, man.
Another kryptonite algo coin.
Another crypto note. All right, whatever. Well, you got to do it.
These are just, I mean, somebody that really is into crypto note should let us know if these have been legit or if they were all going off of the old code with the problem in it.
I think a handful of them survive. Oh, you want to know if they have the exploit? That's
absolutely.
Yeah, that's a great question. That is a great question. I would think if I was going to make this coin, I would call it out. I'd be like, hey, I made a new crypto note coin.
And it doesn't have the exploit.
Yeah, by the way, remember that exploit? It's patched. I patched it.
I would too.
Or something, whatever.
So that's the part where we're not quite sure what to think.
But if it was forked from the latest Neuro or something, it would be. But who knows what the hell?
And you could probably check for that too.
These people are probably using a guide from like 2015 or something to make these.
Well, they're coming out so fast. The crypto night ones in particular.
They're hard at work.
All right, we'll hit you up with another new coin. How about that?
Yeah, that was UniCoin. Next on our big list here, BeachCoin.
BeachCoin.
This is another coin where they have copy-pasted the description.
Of Bitcoin, yeah. Ultra generic description, ultra regular specifications.
Probably show up on Yobit.
This one's not worse off. Not so bad that I couldn't see it elsewhere as well. But
You're feeling it?
No.
feeling the groove?
No. I do think the beach sounds nice, though, right now.
Yeah, that's true. It's a good theme.
Yeah.
The ticker is sand, so they've got that. Oh, you know what? You know what this reminds me of then? All right, so I remember Condensate, Rain coin.
Mm-hmm.
The coin's called Condensate. The ticker is Rain. The coin's called BeachCoin. The ticker is Sand.
Yeah, you'll see another one coming up. There's one called Ocean.
Oh, nice. I try to piece together like connections between coins based on absurd variables. That's one of them.
So anyway, it is a pre-mine copy-paste coin, but so are they all right now. What can we say?
Yeah, true.
So true. I'm not into it personally.
If you're right. All right, next up, Nimiq. Nimiq.
They have a great little tagline here. Blockchain technology made so simple your mom can use it.
Oh my God, she's gonna be thrilled.
Are they saying my mom isn't smart enough to use regular blockchain technology?
Yeah, exactly.
What the hell?
This is directed specifically at your mom too. She's struggled, man. I've seen her struggle.
Yeah.
No, okay, so the point here, it's a browser-based blockchain. So apparently the whole thing runs through your browser. I would assume that there wouldn't be any back-end client running in this case then.
And then you just it seems like from the text I'm reading, people are you press a button on the website and you get some coins eventually.
So this is actually a cool post. I would check it out. The name of it is Nimiq, Nimiq. And it just has a lot of things that I really like to see in new coin posts. For starters, it's on a testnet phase. There's a little bit of formatting on the post here. The English makes sense. I mean, these are all things that have become increasingly rare in new posts.
Right.
And so, just having a testnet is a really good sign, honestly. And it also means it's easier to get in on things that have a mainnet. I think it has... So this is another interesting thing. The testnet uses SHA-256 algorithm, so anybody can hash it with CPU, or somebody could crush it with an ASIC, or do whatever the hell they want. The mainnet is going to use a different algorithm, and so the people won't be able to game the algorithm prior to release, except for the developers, I guess. But
Right. No, it's interesting. I mean, I think for me, the best thing about a testnet is it usually indicates that somebody wants something to work correctly.
yes.
And lots of people don't seem to care about that.
And so, we wade through a lot of crap, and it's sometimes hard to see the good stuff or distinguish it from the rest. But I think the nice thing about new coins is that when things do break through, it usually works out to be pretty awesome. So I think that Nimiq is probably one that is worth.
Let's check out the post.
Yeah, worth
Nimiq.
Nimiq.
Next up is Fergus coin.
Fergus.
See, these guys once again copy and paste the exact same text that was in the last one we were looking at, the one before Nimiq. So
yeah, it's the same post as BeachCoin, basically. Same pre-mine, just a different name.
Right.
Fergus coin there.
And you'll see the same type of thing with the next one, which is CharlieBrownCoin, which, everyone knows Charlie Brown, the beloved cartoon character.
Yeah, now he's a beloved copy-paste.
Now he has his own coin, just like Lisa Simpson does.
So many others.
Yep.
That was CharlieBrownCoin. Next,
Keep trying, guys. Someone will sue you someday, I promise.
Somebody will get around to suing one of these guys.
So far, it's only been Kanye West. That's what I just think is so amazing.
He's the only one.
He's the only one who cared.
That can't be a coincidence.
No.
All right. Next up is Tokkelosh.
Okay. Tokkelosh.
Coin for a payment system in Africa.
Yeah. Pretty hard, probably demographic to break into, but people get excited about kind of the untapped potential of Africa, I guess.
And not to mention the untapped potential of Script or X11 clone coins. It's shitcoin clones have brought us so much here, in the Western world and elsewhere, that who can blame people for wanting to bring the joy of shitcoins to Africa?
And so these guys went with the straight up unannounced pre-mine, which is
very, very classy.
It's a little bit rare these days.
Africans are going to want to know about that.
Yeah.
They're going to want to get used to the unannounced pre-mine. It's also funny that people want to bring crypto to Africa as though crypto's not already in Africa.
Right.
I don't have any indication that the saturation there is any lower than it is anywhere else. Shit's just funny.
All right. Final proof of work, proof of stake coin this week is Ocean.
Okay. What do you see?
Well, I see a little bit higher quality graphical effort here. Or maybe it just appeals to my sensibilities.
I like that, man. We've reached a level where even simple things like that can...
There's a slow start to the mining, which none of these other coins have had.
I do like that, too.
But there is that 1% pre-mine.
They get the 1% pre-mine. They get the script, which I'm just... it's getting old.
And there's the kind of, I guess, in my perspective, a little bit of baloney premise of helping to stop water pollution. I don't think they've got what it takes. I'm sorry.
It's a charity coin.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense, right? Crypto coins don't clean things. That's not what they do.
Or somebody do some fucking charity already then.
Yeah, exactly. They're going to... And plus, to do any of the charity, they'd have to sell the pre-mine, and why would anybody ever buy it? It just doesn't make sense.
Just doesn't add up.
All right, well, we appreciate the effort that these guys put into their graphics. That was YuanCoin.
Cool.
Alrighty, that's going to do it. That's a nice little run through the proof of work and proof of stake coins. But don't worry, we have many more coins to go here.
There's one airdrop coin we wanted to draw attention to a little bit called Emoji.
Emoji coin. This is a script coin. Looks all right. So script, short proof of work, only 15,000 blocks. That's like a week and a half. I think it might still be going on, but if it is, it won't be going for long. And then they're doing a concurrent airdrop action. Probably, as always with these airdrops, you have to wonder what percentage are actually being airdropped versus what the total of the pre-mine is. what percent of the airdrops are being collected by sock puppets or just never being distributed, all that kind of fun stuff. But that's, at the end of the day, these coins, a lot of them have been doing well lately.
Yeah, you either play the game or you don't. You can't really worry about that stuff if you want to participate. That's the thing.
Free is free, man.
Yeah.
Get something free and see what happens. So I can't really hold it against them. The coin there is EmojiCoin.
All right. Now we're going to take a look at sort of our other category.
So first up in the other category, Katz coin.
This is sort of a re-announcement for a coin called Katz with a K and a Z.
KATZ. High POS, super stake, proof of work, proof of hybrid, Katz coin.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently this guy's taking it over. They're taking guardianship, as they call it, over Katz coin. Is there a swap here? Is that what the deal is? I don't see a swap.
I don't see a swap.
It's a relaunch. No swap, just a relaunch. They're saying that Crypto Coders is on board. That's the crew behind Espers.
Yep.
So that's a decent thing to have in your,
at least from a technical standpoint. Will run properly, probably, if they help.
But yeah, if you're expecting this to be anything other than a Yobit coin, you're probably going to be disappointed. Oh, nice, they got goals. Let's see what the goals are. Exactly. Short-term goals, get a faucet. Medium-term goals, listing on at least one more exchange. Long-term goals, introducing a purpose for the coin. I love that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's an ambitious goal.
Yeah, you got to have goals. You got to have goals, and I appreciate that. So the coin there is Katz coin.
There was a coin called DARF chain. DARF.
DARF chain.
That stands for Distributed Accounting Resource and Finance System.
It sure does. This is like, it's kind of funny, but I can't tell if it's supposed to be a joke or if it's serious.
I don't know.
They really are straddling the line here. I'm pretty impressed with what they've put together.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I mean, the Lego...
yeah, this is Legos in the picture, in the roadmap. Or the diagram.
Lego Star Trek ship.
Yeah, it's a nice little model.
But this isn't a copy and paste.
It's something. I just can't tell what it is.
Me neither, to be honest.
But the coin is called DARF chain, so that's out there if you want to check it out.
There was Skoin.
Skoin coin also announced this week. This is the other one that had the copy-paste announcement.
Right.
So it's just made by a bot or something.
Yep. There was Las Vegas coin.
Las Vegas coin. This is a swap from another coin called Fly coin. That's going down in 19 days. This is going to be a swap. So for whatever reason that I can't imagine you are holding something called Fly coin, you can swap it. I think Fly. So here's the thing. Fly coin is on Yobit, right? Half the time with these things that swap off of Yobit, like the original coin on Yobit ends up being worth more.
Right. Yeah. You never know what they'll do with the coin after it's not on Yobit anymore.
Or you can't get your coins.
When you can't move them anymore.
You can't get the coins off Yobit, so it just becomes like two totally distinct things or whatever.
I wonder how many coins Yobit has.
But that is a good ass question.
It's got to be quite a few.
Like how many total listings? Yeah. It's it's over 1,000. I know that.
Wow. Up next is SocialCoin.
SocialCoin, very social.
The idea here is sort of a pre-announcement for a platform that pays people to comment and review and look at stuff.
So it's kind of like Steam, but it's not like a platform, I guess. I don't know. It's not like a centralized
It seems
platform.
like a really regular coin with like this idea behind it instead of like a real platform built up to do it, unfortunately. But I could be wrong, actually. I might be missing something.
Yeah, it's a pre-announcement, a little bit higher effort. We'll see where they go with it. It's like a low pre-mine coin that's pretty ambitious. So that can be a great formula if the team is really incredibly serious about the project. But if not, it's unlikely that they'll be able to accomplish their goals. But it's out there. Check it out. The coin there, SocialCoin, pre-announcement. I do like pre-announcements.
Yeah, I do, but they're often hard to keep track of until
you
hear about them getting listed or something.
Yeah, it's hard to
like. Oh, they actually
remember.
Did that. Because as we've looked at our statistics, probably 80% of them don't actually happen.
Oh yeah, at least.
So one final coin we're going to take a look at this afternoon is Aidos Kunen.
Aidos Kunen, Hades' helmet of invisibility. Very cool. So yeah, the Greek god Hades apparently has a helmet of invisibility. I did not know that.
And I was kind of into this post at first because it was a little interesting. The formatting is definitely not copy and paste or anything like that. But then I got kind of confused because they say no pre-mine.
Yep.
And there's no info about mining at all. And then people are talking about buying the coins off of some exchange called Crypto DAO, which I've barely heard of.
So it's like no pre-mine, no ICO, no mining.
Where are the coins coming from?
What is it? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So I don't know what I'm missing there either.
So it's just a 100% pre-mine that they're selling on an exchange, basically, is what the story is.
I guess, but I don't know how you can say no pre-mine then.
That's easy. You just type it onto a Bitcoin.
Yeah, sure.
Nobody's,
nobody's called them out on it.
For some reason, if there's no mining, people don't consider it a pre-mine to mine the whole thing.
Is his point? There was never any mining that makes it not a pre-mine.
Yeah, but there had to have been. But they had to have mined it, right?
I guess he doesn't consider that.
I think all coins mine the first block, which is funny. So I don't know. Just stake coins initialize the first block with stake. I don't know how that works.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Now we're gonna just burn through some ICO names.
I mean, I guess you couldn't. You have to mine the first block, right? Because nobody would have any stake to stake it with.
I don't know really.
Okay. The coin there was Aidos Kunen. So another one looks okay at first, but it's probably just a 100% pre-mine.
So ICOs. How about some MavexToken, SNU, SilverCoin, Civic, Fidget Spinners, OAX, Fundaria, DentaCoin, SkinCoin, RealBit, CreamCoin, OM Game, Fuck Tokens, Just Dating Site, Winding Tree, Gilgam.es, iDice, Anitmania, 10x, Game of Thrones Coin, and AdX.
All right, nice list of ICOs there. I think Game of Thrones Coin definitely is not going to have any problems with.
Yeah,
IP.
HBO is known to be really friendly about.
Yeah, they don't care.
That. My guess is they just won't notice. They'll probably never launch. And
no, it's just the post is just a address like give me money type thing. But
you've heard of Game of Thrones, right? Hey, send some Bitcoin over here.
Yeah, how about sending me some Bitcoin because of it?
All right, so let's look back through and see what we can see.
Heavy stuff. All right, that is a lot of coins. Where do we even start? We started with ClipseCoin. We didn't like it. Neuro might be the first one to look at if you're going to look at anything.
If you wait for that beautifully decorated announcement or whatever.
Yeah, you're going to want a beautifully decorated roadmap. HubCoin was all right.
HubCoin, that's the one where the developers are being incentivized.
I'm not sure I like the coin, but I like the concept. Credits. I thought there was one of these that I liked. Nimiq.
Yeah, Nimiq.
Nimiq.
That one's interesting. That's the testnet one, browser-based blockchain.
All right, yeah, so check out Nimiq, and if you feel like punishing yourself with some more coins, maybe look at HubCoin and, I don't know, Linx.
All right.
Emoji.
An airdrop.
Yeah, if you're into airdrops, then you might as well just get some free coins.
All right, next up, we cover the coin listings. These are coins that got listed on exchanges in the last 2 weeks.
Yep, exchanges love to list coins, and we love to talk about it. So our good friends over at Cryptopia, they listed quite a few coins here in the last couple weeks. We got Crypto Forecast, Terra Nova, Golem, Gnosis, New Economy Movement, CashCoin, BeachCoin, and ETHBits.
Cool.
Have they been doing ETH tokens for a while?
I don't know. I definitely caught my eye that Golem and Gnosis got listed there, though.
Cool. Well, I'm all for it, man.
And then over on Bittrex, Legends Trading opened. They listed Basic Attention Token. They listed Zen. They listed the Quantum Resistant Ledger, and they listed First Blood.
Alrighty. Nice little batch of coins there from Bittrex. What, 5 listings from T-Rex? Damn.
Yeah, it's a pretty good 2-week period for them.
Things are hot.
Yobit, of course, they list a lot when they list, and they listed Greenfingers, MergeCoin, Bitstar, T-Coin, WitchCoin, LumiCoin, NitroCoin, Communist Coin, Black Hole Coin, CashCoin, VersionCoin, F16 Coin, FujiCoin, PiperCoin, HamsterCoin, OnyxCoin, and MineCoin.
Alrighty. Nice list from Yobit there. Our good pals over at CCX scrounged up some coins. They got MoonCoin. I like that. Alphabet and BitB.
And then over on Nova Exchange, they listed Creative Chain, Digital Money Bits, Last Game, Truck Coin, Aum, Digital Price, Worker Coin, Skoin, Treau, Falcoin, Lycaon-Pictus, that VeilCoin, BitDeal, and Pirate Blocks.
Over on Lycaon, they added Insane Coin, Quantum, FinCoin, and MCO.
And last but not least, on CoinExchange.io, they listed Runestone Coin, Linx Coin, Neuro Coin, Pirate Blocks, Terra Nova Coin, Ammo Rewards, KuCoin, Coin Mining Index, and Green Fingers.
Holy smokes. That's a lot.
So pretty heavy 2 weeks for listings. I mean, usually we don't say 2 weeks worth at once, but
for me, I'm interested in. I like that Cryptopia is adding some of these big coins from other exchanges. Golem, Gnosis, New Economy Movement.
mm-hmm.
A lot of times it's harder for smaller exchanges to get any volume when they do that. Like all the volume will just be on Polo anyway. But as we've seen, when the bigger exchanges start to have hiccups or struggles, then sometimes people will start to look for other platforms. So I think it's cool for them to round out their collection like that. They're probably just paid listings, but
a lot of just new coins getting listed on a lot of these exchanges. But then I notice I'm kind of interested on Bittrex. Obviously we've kind of been aware of Legends and Basic Attention Token and Zen and First Blood for a while, but
yep.
I have no idea what the quantum resistant ledger is, and I guess I'm curious to check that out just because of the ways that they pick coins.
Yeah, that is interesting. Quantum resistant ledger. I didn't even realize. I didn't even.
It's kind of added it. Yeah.
Quantum resistant ledger. Okay.
All right.
That's going to do it for the listings. Next, we're going to jump into coin birthdays.
Yeah, we got 2 nice birthdays to celebrate this show. First up is Carbowanek. It's their 1-year birthday on the 30th of May. And they, after 1 year, had a market cap of 173 Bitcoins, which at this moment, or when I calculated it, was $511,000.
Oh, Jesus. All right. Happy 1-year birthday to Carbowanek there.
Second one, happy to wish a 1-year birthday to Minium.
Minium, hey-o.
That came out on 5/31/2016, and they have made it to a market cap of 150 Bitcoins, or $444,000.
Alrighty, big congrats to the crew at Minium. It's always a great milestone. And also Carbowanek, awesome.
Minium's doing a little bit of a change recently, where instead of doing their dividend distribution, they're going to start doing like a little buyback program.
Okay,
which
so
might work out better for the coin than distributing the small amounts to like a bunch of different shareholders. So that'll be interesting to see if it helps at all.
That's a cool idea, right? The dividend program for altcoins has always had the problem of people are incentivized to sell their dividends,
right?
Which is going to put downward pressure on the market. I think Gambit, if anything, really proved in a big way how valuable the buy and burn system can be. You know, if your coin is generating revenue, it's the question of what do you do with that revenue.
Right.
So I think buy and burn is a pretty cool approach, to be honest.
Oh, so I'll give it a try.
I
Happy
guess
birthday.
Minium did dividends in Bitcoin, right?
Yes.
So it just wouldn't have affected the market.
Right.
Okay. All right, yeah, happy birthday, Minium and Carbowanek.
And that is going to conclude episode number 66.
Yep, I want to give a huge thanks once again to Erik Voorhees. Really exciting to hear his thoughts on that Prism stuff, and also just cool to hear from somebody just in charge of a big crypto business like this, to kind of, you know, what it's like for them at this point. So I thought that was really cool. As always, huge thanks to our pals over at Cryptopia. That's www.cryptopia.co.nz.
Also, thanks to everybody that tried to guess at the answers today, and congratulations to the winner.
That's right. Check out our website, blockchaindynamics.net. This is going to do it here for show number 66 on Error by Trial Radio.
And we'll see you next week with heavier bags.
Currency.
Stack a couple Bitcoins.
Money,
Pull up on my Nakamoto.